Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urius Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. And today on the Doctor Spell Prognosis, we are going to talk about the spell Soul Cage. Welcome to the channel that takes power gaming to the next level. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. All right, we're giving this a B-. This is not a bad little spell. It's a little bit above average, I would say, rating-wise, or whether it's equivalent to a 6th level spell or not. So it is a 6th level spell. It is only usable by warlocks and wizards, not usable by sorcerers. Don't understand why. A lot of necromancy spells are not usable by sorcerers, but it is what it is. I wouldn't mind being able to see this one being used by some of the cleric subclasses, like the Twilight Cleric or the Grave Domain Cleric, something like that. But it's warlocks and wizards, and that's what it is. So it's a 6th level spell. Casting time is a reaction. I wish this was a ritual, but it's not really. Okay. Range of 60 feet. Verbal, somatic, and material component. The material component is a tiny silver cage worth 100 gold pieces. And that can be used over and over and over again because it is not consumed by the spell. Lasts for 8 hours, which is a long time. And so the spell snatches the soul of a humanoid. Humanoid. Has to be a humanoid. As it dies and traps it inside the tiny cage you use for the material component, a stolen soul remains inside the cage until the spell ends or until you destroy the cage, which ends the spell. While you have the soul inside the cage, you can exploit it in any of the ways described below. There's 4 different ways. You can use a trap soul. You can use a trap soul up to 6 times. Once you exploit a soul for the 6th time, it's released and the spell ends. So while it's trapped, the dead humanoid it came from cannot be revived, and you can do these 4 things. Each thing counts as 1 of your 6 times. So 1, you can steal life, so you can use a bonus action to drain vigor from the soul and regain 2d8 hit points. 2d8 hit points. Okay, so that's okay. I mean, you use that as a kind of a panic button if you need health and you don't have somebody who can actually heal you. It does require a bonus action. And you regain. You can use your bonus action and you regain 2d8 hit points. So the next one is Query Soul. You ask the soul a question, no action required, and receive a brief telepathic answer which you can understand regardless of the language used. So that's good. The soul knows only what it knew in life, but it must answer you truthfully and to the best of its ability. The answer is no more than a sentence or 2 and might be cryptic. So let's say it's the minions of a big, bad, evil guy, and they've been sent to kill you, and you defeat them, and you kill them, and you trap one of their souls, and you want to know where this person came from, what they've been doing, where they're going, who hired them, that kind of thing. You could get a lot of answers out of them from just a sentence or 2. And really, it's just 2 sentences. So you ask a question. So you can ask a question once. That counts as 1 of your 6. So you could ask 6 different questions. So it's kind of like a hopped up, hyped up, speak with the dead type of thing. Borrow experience. You can use a bonus action to bolster yourself with the soul's life experience, making your next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw with advantage. If you don't use this benefit before the start of your next turn, it is lost. So for wizards that are maybe using something that requires an attack roll, like a firebolt or something else, or warlocks that are using Eldritch Blast a lot, then this can be useful for that. If you know you're going to have to be making a saving throw that you really want to make in the next turn, then this is a really good reason to use this. But you have to use it before the start of your next turn. But again, this is kind of a panic. It's kind of a panic button thing, but it's not. I would prefer if this was like used as a reaction to something, but you kind of have to have some forethought with this one. And then Eyes of the Dread. You can use an action to name a place the humanoid saw in life. So you can use Query Soul to ask it about places it's been, and then once you know it's been someplace, you can use Eyes of the Dead to use an action to name the place they saw when they tell you, and then it creates an invisible sensor somewhere in that place if it is on the plane of existence you're currently on. The sensor remains for as long as you concentrate, up to 10 minutes, as if you were concentrating on a spell. You receive visual and auditory, both. So clairvoyance only gives you one or the other. Scrying can give you both, but this is even more powerful because now it is tied to a specific individual that you've trapped in the cage. You receive visual and auditory information from the sensor as if you were in its space using your senses. A creature that can see the sensor, such as one using See Invisibility or True Sight, sees a translucent image of the tormented human whose soul you cage. So, the boss who hired the minion might know that you've defeated it at that point. But again, you can query soul. So this is where the recon part comes in. You can query that soul to gain insight into where it has been or where it originated from. And then you can go, oh, I know that place. Now, I've heard of that. And you can automatically use the Eyes of the Dread to scry on that place as if you were standing there. And see what's going on and get the next part of your chapter. Now, DMs, this is actually a pretty good spell for DMs to use against players to further a adventure path, so on and so forth. So you could use this to figure out where the players are without them knowing if a minion of the players was taken and put in the soul cage. And again, you could know, as a DM, you could know that the players had this spell and place story plot arcs in the form of minions or other creatures that have certain knowledge that the players can exploit. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.